Hey, Protofall here, and welcome back. So today, I think we're going to do a bit of work on the witch hut. I'm heading over there now, level 52. Seriously, we need to do something in 1.9 where we can actually use our levels. Something, I don't know, just another way to use our levels. Like maybe villagers actually buy stuff if you got certain experience levels. That would be cool. That'd be cool. Maybe I suggest that on the Reddit. Anyway, so let's get going to the witch hut and start working there. Got a lot of plans to do today. We are high up, man. Okay, you can see a little bit of the land over there. You can see the unofficially named. That's season 1. We can see Games Land over there, or whatever it's going to be called. And we're above the witch hut area. So, it's been ages since I recorded last. Thank you. Saving has become much more regular. I think Eva must have done something, which is good. Yeah, the witch hut. In the end, the way I solved it is I used set block to delete the invisible block, which I couldn't interact with at all, but was preventing me from placing blocks in its location. And I replaced it with air using set block. Not sure if I mentioned that already, but yeah, that's how I solved it, and it's all good now. There's quite a few horses around here and other passive mobs. Yeah. I wonder if it has anything to do with me going up there. But that is my new AFKing spot. It is at just the right point where it's just high enough above the witch farm area to get maximum potential out of it. And it is definitely proving its name. Maximum potential. I actually haven't checked my carrots and potatoes today. I left my computer on my laptop on, logged onto the server overnight. Oh, did someone come here? There's not as many carrots as I thought. That's odd. The other days, this is my, I think this is my 3rd day of AFKing overnight. See, the other days I usually get like a full inventory. Yeah, that's more like it. I don't know why there's less carrots. Maybe the village is dead. I'll have to check that. But anyway, we're running out of time, so I've got to be quick. And I'm also 51 levels. That's from all the villager trading. But I've made a few changes down here. Wonder if you can hear that. If so, I won't do that again. But it looks much more nicer down here. Eventually, I've got to put an item sorting system at the back and think of an overflow design, but I haven't for now. The door here has been removed. Yeah, it was in the way, and I don't really need it. These guys aren't going to be here permanently. Did I show you? There's a second farmer now. And most of his trades are better than this guy. The only one trade which is worse is the potato trade. This guy's got 1 for 16. Everything else is either equal or better. And speaking of emeralds, ta-da! That's a ton of emeralds. About a week ago I was pretty much broke, emerald-wise. So yeah, that's nice. But, just see, you see this room? You see all these chests? I mean, most of them are full. That's like one of the few which isn't. I think I broke the witch economy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure on that. The only thing which has been taken away is a bit of gunpowder by Cutler when he came before. I said he could do it, so it's fine. And a bunch of glowstone. And the redstone is being stored in this chest. There we go. And that is about the same amount of redstone as I have in my base, maybe a little less. Plus, I've been AFKing for a while, so there should be more in here. Yes! I unloaded everything except for the glowstone and redstone before, so that's why it looks like there's much more redstone and glowstone than there normally would be. So if you don't know how witches work, they have 7 normal drops. Normal drops is like, for a zombie, normal drops would be nom noms, and a rare drop would be, well, in the current version, it would be an iron sword, an iron shovel, or armor, or an iron ingot, or carrot, or potato. But back in the days, you could get iron helmets from them. No, you still can. Yeah, I take that back. You still can get iron helmets. It's just not as common as it used to be. I'm talking about when rare drops were first introduced in 1.3, I believe. Yeah, in Medfordcraft Season 0, I actually had a zombie farm and I got a lot of iron helmets and iron swords from it. With full durability as well, so that was really cool back then, but I think it's cooler now with carrots and potatoes. Yep. No, maybe it was 1.4. I can't remember. I've checked the change logs, or I might edit it in here. We'll see. It's not that important. It's in the past. But while I unload everything, I might just talk about this place, because it's been a while since I've really been here and talked about what's happening. So right now we're under the old witch hut. This, by the way, this is a 1.8 discovered witch hut. And if you know your Minecraft, then you'll know that in 1.8.1, there's slime nearby. Last time I saw a slime, he was down here. And I think he is. Yeah, I need a sword as well. So this is an old witch hut. I couldn't use AMSD edit to fix it because when I deleted the chunk, for some reason witch hut didn't regenerate. Which is a pity. Yep, I have to put something down here to stop them from spawning. But if I continue to AFK up there, then it won't really be a problem. Currently I'm the only one on the server, so that's cool. There's still another one around here somewhere. So yeah, this is the old one, and what they did in 1.8.1, basically witch huts, they only spawn, they've got a boundary box, and only, whatchamacallit, can spawn in that boundary. Witches. And in 1.8.1 they increased the size of that boundary box to include like the roof of the witch hut, and what it meant is you could add an extra floor into the design and hence make it more efficient, because you increase the speed of the farm by you can increase the speed of the farm by 1.5. Well, 150%, no, 50%, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Which is basically times the amount of drops by 1.8, 1.5. I said 1.8 because of that. Maybe it's because of the version I'm playing, I don't know. But, yeah, this uses an old one, so if I had a new witch farm, then heck, this thing would be fast as. But, and if you have multiple witch huts, then you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Like Hermitcraft has multiple witch huts, and yeah, that's pretty powerful. That thing. But this thing's good enough. I don't need all that speed and power. But this is also known as the Emerald Hub. This is I decided to put the Emerald Hub where the witch hut was, because I didn't want to have a place where the only reason to go there was just for witch drops to farm witches. I want it to be that you can farm lots of stuff there. So at the same time, while you're getting drops for the witch farm you're also getting a bunch of carrots, potatoes, wheats, melon slices, and wrong one, and pumpkins to trade with a farmer villager. That's going to happen one day. Currently we only have a minimal potato and carrot farm, but already, as you saw, they're proving really powerful already. Yeah, I'll switch you out. So, I haven't really done too much over here lately. in the Emerald Hub. As for the Witch Farm, I've done a lot of cave lighting with friends and tree chopping, so that's why you may notice the swamp looks a bit bare, and torchlight the surface. And in the end, I decided that it was going to take too long, so I decided to pillar up and find an optimal point. And using Searing Shot to actually find the optimal point was really helpful, because mob spawning isn't affected by spectator players, and so therefore I could see where mobs were despawning. Like if I was too high, mobs would despawn. So that was really helpful. Need a little bit more. Need a little revive. COD Zombies, can't get it out of my mind still. It's been a while since I last played that. And this is probably going to be a long episode now, because I'm already over the 30-minute mark, aren't I? Probably getting to like 35 minutes. But yeah, see, saved again, so it saves pretty frequently, which is good. I think there was actually one crash at one point while I was clearing out the witch hut and Cutler came on. And I think because of it, I lost some redstone somehow, which is a shame, because I actually need a lot of redstone for a project, which I won't be naming just yet. Yeah, still a ton of redstone. Whew! And more in here. Any more? Okay, I think that's all the redstone. Cool. And then there's just glowstone dust. But, yeah. I think that's everything to say about Witch Hunt Emerald Hub. And also next door is the Games Land, which nothing has actually been built there. I mean, there's stuff for a project of mine, but I haven't really figured out exactly what I want to do with it, so there's nothing too much there. But, yeah, something will hopefully come out of it one day. But I think the question you're wondering now is, why do I need all this redstone? Just for reference, the reason why I'm AFKing here is pretty much for the redstone. The other drops are just bonuses. So why do I need so much redstone? Well, first of all, is this even enough redstone for me? The answer is no. This still is not enough for me. Oh, another cool thing about this farm is I get infinite sticks, so I can use them as a fuel source here for the Ferni. A stack of sticks heats half a stack of material, so it's pretty good. It's a very good system. And if you got abundance of it, like if you got abundance of, is there anything worse than a stick? I can't think of anything worse than a stick. But if it was something worse than a stick, if you had like infinite of it, then that would be the best fuel source you can get. Well, I guess it depends how much it's produced. If it's too little, then it won't be good enough. That failed. But how much do I need? Well, I got the number stored as a variable on my calculator. So my calculator, when I press the variable number, it says where's the variable there? I need just over 2.21 double chests of redstone blocks. Yeah, definitely my biggest redstone project ever. Definitely the biggest, but despite how big it sounds, it's actually not that complicated. Like, you know my slime block door at my base? That is complicated, but this is less complicated. Well, in a way, it's less complicated. Yeah. That word isn't coming out of my mouth right. And you know my you might not remember it, but let's say the auto ejectors, the ones which auto eject the iron ingots out of the iron golem farm when it's actually switched to that mode. It's simpler than that. So It's actually really simple, but the reason I need so much is because this project is going to be on a huge scale, and because of that, I need so much. And this is just redstone block components. I actually need a redstone component as well, and a lot of it. In fact, how much do I need of that? Alpha variable. Yeah, about the same amount of that component as the redstone blocks. And another variable which I need is netherrack, but I already had all the netherrack I needed before I started the project, so that was not a problem. And then there's another component, a mystery component, which you can't get a farm like this to produce it for you, not even a semi-automatic one like a fishing farm. It's something which isn't renewable. So yeah, I need a lot of that. That's the bigger component. That's about, let's see, over 10 double chests of it. So yeah, it's big. It is big. Is that all the glowstone we got? I'll clear out the rest of the stuff later. One last thing. I forgot to tell you about these guys, which I brewed. Yeah, that's a lot. Also a few poison potions. That's about 3 stacks of potions. I wanted to try and use up some glass bowls, but heck, I'm never gonna. Even if this is all the glass bowls I ever had in this world, and I had no way of getting more, I don't think I'd ever use up that chest. So yeah, and also the gunpowder. Oh, there are gonna be so many fireworks one day. Yeah, I'm just coming in to check that villager problem. I mean, this is the potato farm. This is the one that was supposed to be working well. It appears this guy has cloned himself a few times. Alright. Well, I must say that is useful. At least we got farmer villagers cloned, so no need to transport from there. I mean, if the game gives it to me, I might as well use him. And as for the carrot farm, looks pretty untouched. Ah, well, there's the problem. We're missing the villager up now. Okay. So if I remember correctly... Wrong one. If I remember correctly and I've been hearing right, then there should still be a villager in here. Sweet. An armorer. He's kind of decent, but not good enough. Okay, so need to get those clones out of there and get that guy in there. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, take 2. And let's just say I was editing the video and we're at the 18-minute mark, and I put in the rest of the videos into Adobe, into the timeline, and it goes to 50 minutes. So I'm definitely going to re-record this because I don't want to have a video that long. I don't want to have to do that to you. But anyway, stuff has changed here around the witch hut. So you can see witches are spawning whenever those things pop up. It's like boing bing. But there's quite a few things that have changed. We got these 4 things over here. We noticed that the carrot farm is slightly higher than the potato farm. So what happened? Well, first of all, I think we might as well write this down because the villager in here is gone. But what are those 4 things? Those, if you remember them, you might recognize them, or if you've been watching for a while, you might recognize them as the pumpkin farm. Yeah, the farm which makes pumpkins. No, but the pumpkin farm, that's how you pronounce it. Which actually produces pumpkins automatically. And is pretty good at it. It's very good. And it can also produce melons as well, that's the other thing. I just chose to do pumpkins because when melons get pushed by pistons, then you generally lose a bit of a melon no matter what. The only way you can harvest melons without losing any is with silk touch, and that requires manual work. Yeah, as you can see, there's melons. And the way this farm works... Ah, you heard it, but you didn't see it because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so all of these farms are linked together with a clock, which is down underground. The clock is a hopper clock on maximum delay, and I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you first, I guess, so you can understand how the clock works. So, I put this part back here now. So we got this over here, right? So here's the 4 chutes. This is underneath one of the towers. This is underneath one of the other, right there. That over there is under one of the towers, and that is under one of the towers. So basically all the items drop into this water stream, which all goes over these hoppers, which go over here. Nice. But how do these get activated? Well, you may notice redstone lines which are going to these torch towers. We can't really see the tower part, but is this safe to break? Yeah, torch. So it's a torch tower, which you may notice that there's torches on the device up there, and these connect to all the torch towers through this. So the way this works is you've got the hopper clock here, which it outputs a signal on each side. It's about to all transfer onto this side, so let's just speed up the process a bit so we can see it in action. Okay, so it's about to transfer. So the way this works is there's a redstone torch underneath. I don't know whether you can do it with a redstone block because Mumbo Jumbo did this design himself in early Hermitcraft, so they might not have had too much redstone to play with. So what this does, the torches, right now it's powering this block, which is locking the hopper, meaning it can't transfer items. So let's just speed up the process while I talk. So when this hopper finally drains, the comparator will get 0 signal, this will depower, and this will extend, hence pushing the block over here, and then the torch powers a block, which powers the dust, which powers this, or which powers the block under it, which powers the piston. And you can see there that it takes a while for the piston to pop up, so it actually transferred the signal through the repeaters for a split second. Basically, it's a clock with a pulse when one of the hoppers is full. That's pretty much how it works. Hope that didn't take up like 20 minutes at a time. And so yeah, you could notice if you went back, you could see that it actually did harvest resources. So that's how the clock works. It sends a pulse every so to the towers, which got the torch towers. So the way these work, this is the torch tower, the one that would change. Let's simulate it going in a second. So torch powers this block, which powers the torches, which powers this torch, which powers these 2 torches, and this is expandable upwards. I just did 2 floors just for now. I'll probably expand higher in the future. So let's remove a torch. These 2 torches turn back on, off, on, on. So what this does, it powers half the pistons. So that's why we need to have 2 torch towers, as we can see back here. And these both go at the same time, so all the pistons fire at once. Well, actually, to be honest, each row, this row fires before that row by a short delay. So you kind of get like a wave effect as it goes up, which is pretty cool. And you got the this is the melon side, so you got the melon stems, which will grow the plants on the dirt blocks. And when the pistons fire, it pushes them into the central chute. Do we have any... It might be too soon for it to have grown. I don't know whether there's a minimum time. Yeah, it might be too soon, but just imagine that there's a block right there, piston pushes it and pushes it into the center, which pushes it into the iron stream and into the hoppers. So yeah. And as for the carrot farm, I just pretty much made an extra floor above. That's what this all is. Yep. Hello. There you are. So he's working and the guy below him is working. I put some of the villagers here, that's why they're no longer in that second box. And the good thing about having multi-floor carrot farms is that the purple coat sitting up there, he can't get struck by lightning and to convert into witch anymore, so that's good. However, even though there is a building of the same size above it, that guy can still get struck. I had to replace him earlier today, he was missing. And you know how you can get struck? Let's say lightning struck right here. So it strikes right there. And let's just say he was up against the wall. And he was pretty much on the other side of the wall where the lightning strike. The lightning strike effect, the way it works is it will, if a mob will change depending on whether it gets struck by lightning, well, if it gets struck by lightning, then it doesn't matter how many blocks it has to go through. In fact, lightning kind of ignores blocks in its path. You still get hurt, even if you're behind a wall, even of obsidian or something. So my guess is he got converted through the wall. So I need to put a big lightning shield surrounding the thing, even though I do have a bit of a protection, but oh well. If I build a third floor, however, I think the guys in the middle floor will be completely fine, so that's good. Anything else happen around here? Oh, yes. By the way, there's one guy left in here still. He has potatoes on him, so he'll be used for the potato farm most likely. Right. Cutler changed his skin. I haven't seen him in person on the server, but I'm guessing it's Samus. As you can see, yeah, this place has changed a bit. Oh, no. So, Cutler came here and did some renovations. He didn't extend on this end, mostly because he didn't know what to do. I think you may notice there's storage here for 6 of the drops. This is not connected to the actual item sorting system. This is just here you manually transfer. But the thing is, sticks are twice as more often a drop than any other individual drop. So in other words, you get 2 times more sticks than Spyros, 2 times more sticks than Glass Balls, etc, etc. So really they deserve 2 slots. So I think once I'm done, I'll put redstone there, and I'll put like sticks and sticks, like a massive stick thing over here. That'll be good. But yeah, this is all sorted. There you go. I wonder why these items are down there. I don't know. Okay, so there's 8 chests, and the way it is right now, if you look at the back, there's an item sorter here. Yeah, I can do this. Oh well, I don't need to since I'm going back out. So, if you have a huge system where masses of items are flowing through, I do not recommend this system. This system can easily break, however, the flow of items here is rather slow, so it's fine here. So the items go along here, and they go along the chain, and then they get dropped off into the overflow storage system here. So that's what happens if they can't get sucked up by these hoppers. Now all these hoppers are filtered to only pick up one item. You may notice there's a bit of sugar, but it's actually concane. Concane. Yep, it's concane. Don't do concane, kids. It's bad for your health. And yeah, I got 2 redstones here because I want to collect a lot of it. So the way this works is you got comparator coming out of the hopper, and the way that works is it detects the signal, detects items in there, and depending on how many items, the signal strength grows. So right now, if I was to add 1 more redstone dust, you would notice that blinked on for a second, which powered this repeater, which depowered this torch, which depowered this hopper, and then this hopper drained the item out of it, tried to put it in this chest, but this one drained again, and it got put in the last chest. So that's pretty much how these things work. Pretty cool. Just before I saw breaking puddles. Yeah, that's pretty much it here. I think I'm going to end the episode before I end up going too far. I have no idea how long this recording's been going for. But anyway, in case you're wondering, the potions are still at the back. Most of them, that is. I used the first one on Nick and myself, and the second one on Sam and myself, and then I ran off like a maniac. And then the third one just on me, because I don't know where Cutler is. Well, I could probably guess, but yeah. Well, that's where I put my stuff. I did a redstone transfer. Good news, I am almost at 2 double chests, so progress is being made. Saving the world. There was a world corruption thing, but that's now been solved, hopefully. It hasn't happened in a few days. Even changed a few settings, and now it seems to be good, so thanks, buddy. And there's my end chest. Hang on, yeah, those emeralds are for payment. But that's how many emeralds I got, plus another stack of emerald blocks since I spent that. So, including on this chest plate. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. But anyway, I think I'll go visit Cutler, and I'll see you next episode. Until then, have fun.